Hey, everyone! Welcome back to the channel where we unpack the raw truths that define who we are. Today, we're diving into a reality most avoid. What if the life you're living isn't your own creation, but a story penned by someone else's hand? It's a hard pill to swallow, but the people you hold dear might have misled you. And even tougher, you've been deceiving yourself more than anyone else. This isn't about pointing fingers. It's about the mechanics of being human, a survival instinct wired into our DNA. We don't move through life with pure reason. We're driven by unhealed wounds, forgotten memories, and fears masquerading as sensible choices. You might think you're steering your path, but what if your past is the one pulling the strings? And when you look at others, are you truly seeing them, or just peering through the cracked lens of your own experience? Robert Greene labels this the machinery of human nature, a force that doesn't care about your IQ, your spirituality, or your polished resume. It only reacts to the scars you've left unaddressed. Ignore this, and you'll hand your heart to the wrong person, trust hollow smiles, or cling to relationships that sap your energy, mistaking it for love, loyalty, or destiny. But here's the shift. Learn to pierce the veil, to read beyond the surface, to notice what people can't hide, and suddenly every room turns into a chessboard, every clash becomes a clue, every betrayal a reflection of your own soul. This isn't about judging others. It's about gaining a clear, unfiltered view, and that clarity cuts deep, feels icy, yet it's your lifeline. In this series, we're breaking down 9 laws of human nature, not to shield you from the world, but to guard you from your own blind spots, starting with the part of you that's been pulling the strings all along. Your emotions, the master puppeteer. You might swear you're in charge, but test yourself. Notice how you react when a message goes unanswered, when someone cuts you off mid-thought, or when silence stretches beyond your comfort zone. Logic takes a back seat. Your response comes from a primal, wounded place, shaped by old hurts you've never fully mended. That's not a defect. It's biology, what Greene calls the Law of Irrationality, ruling more of your life than you'd ever admit. We love to think we're architects of our destiny, making calculated moves with cool heads, but that's a facade. Your brain isn't a serene sanctuary, it's a layered war zone. The reptilian core handles survival, the limbic system fuels emotion and fear, and only the neocortex handles reason. When you're triggered, the lower layers ignite first. Cortisol floods, adrenaline spikes, rage or panic takes over, leaving logic to play catch-up, rationalizing after the damage is done. That's why you regret harsh words, lash out at loved ones, or wreck what matters, then scratch your head wondering how it happened. The wise don't kill their emotions or bury them. They observe them like a distant storm, preparing rather than panicking. Your first task? Map your emotional weather. Do you bristle when challenged? Shrink when overlooked? Erupt when misunderstood? These aren't fleeting moods, they're old programs, etched in childhood, reinforced by trauma and silence, running on autopilot. You didn't pick them, but you keep hitting replay. The irrational self loves excuses. I'm just tired, I'm stressed. But that's a cover for an ancient driver at the wheel. So, how do you take back control? Start by spotting your biases. They're not flaws, but filters. Confirmation bias shields your beliefs. Group bias craves consensus even when it's wrong. Conviction bias insists strong feelings equal truth. Blame bias shifts fault outward. And superiority bias whispers you're above the rest, blinding you to your own cracks. Once you spot these, the fog lifts, giving you a wider view. Next, slow your roll. When emotions surge, pause, breathe, step back, and ask what's really at play. That gap between trigger and reaction is where your strength lives, the line between chaos and insight. Finally, embrace your irrationality. You're not defective, just human. Emotions are signals, not dictators, like ink in water that spreads fast but clears if you don't stir it. Now reflect. How many choices came from a hurt place, not your head? How many opportunities did pride kill? How many connections did your ego torch? Rationality isn't about ice. It's about guts, the guts to pause, watch, and let silence heal what shouting never will. Machiavelli once said it's wiser to seem virtuous than be ruled by unchecked goodness. Not because virtue's flawed, but because it becomes a liability without control. Master your emotional self, and you break free from others' manipulation, your own reactions, your lingering ghosts. Stop reacting, start designing, that's the first law. Miss it and the rest crumble. This sets the stage for transforming self-focus into something deeper. Stay tuned, fam, as we explore that next time. Smash that like button, subscribe, and let's keep this journey alive. You've already started peeling back the layers of your emotional self, seeing how those hidden drivers shape your every move. We explored the first law of human nature, mastering your irrationality to take control of your life's design. Now we're moving deeper, shifting from self-focus to a rarer skill, empathy that cuts through the noise. This is where we turn the mirror inward again, not to judge, but to refine, because we're all narcissists at heart, just in different shades. Let's dive in. You might insist you're not self-absorbed, but check your pulse when the spotlight shifts. Does it sting when someone else gets credit for your work? Does a quiet bitterness creep in when your post flops while theirs explodes? That sharp pang, that restless ache, it's not random, it's your shadow peeking out. From the day we're born, we seek reflections. Crying draws a caregiver, smiling sparks a response, and that cycle becomes our lifeline. When it falters, we chase it, turning attention into oxygen, then obsession. That's where narcissism takes root, not always as arrogance, but as a hungry wound. Some mask it with performative kindness to feel needed, others cloak control and virtue, craving mirrors that flatter and rooms that orbit them. But here's the raw truth. Most of us hover in the middle. We're functional narcissists, yearning to be noticed, to matter, to impress. That's not a sin. It's human. The trap lies when you stop seeing it. Left unchecked, functional narcissism sours. You start performing, competing, faking empathy to snag connection, and it turns toxic. But here's the breakthrough. Recognize it, and you can rise above. The goal isn't to erase self-love, it's to polish it into something extraordinary. Empathy. Not the shallow I feel you act, but a deep, sharp, lived empathy where you hush your own voice to truly hear, where you witness without comparing. It's not a gift. It's a craft you can build. Step 1. Adopt an explorer's mindset. Treat every person like a new land, unmapped, with unseen storms and unique history. Approaching with curiosity, not assumptions. Step 2. Hone visual empathy. Watch their hands, their pauses, their breath. The mouth might fib, but the body spills truth. Step 3. Practice analytical empathy, especially with those you clash with. Ask what fear or wound fuels their actions. They mirror your unhealed edges, as Lincoln hinted when he said, "I don't like that man, I must get to know him better." Not sentiment, but a tactical move. Step 4. Test your reads. Don't just guess. Reflect back what you see, let them correct you, and their feedback becomes your lesson. Over time, you'll catch what others miss. The unsaid, the dodged, the ache behind the grin. That's how trust forms, not through flash but presence. But beware, not all narcissists are safe. The control type twists your words against you. The theoretical type hides behind ideals, harvesting admiration. They thrive on your assumptions, so observe, don't presume. Judge intent or malice by actions over time, not first impressions. Now, turn that lens on yourself. Can you release the need to be right, to be praised, to stay center stage? Are you bold enough to step outside your ego and truly see another? Here's the twist. The less you chase admiration, the more magnetic you grow. In an ego-drenched world, empathy is power. Want influence? Start listening. The one who sees others can shape them. That's the second law. Miss it, and every bond you forge becomes a hall of mirrors. Let's pivot to the masks we all wear. Everyone's got one, some to survive, some to trick, most without even knowing. You smile in crowds, nod politely, claim you're fine, but inside you're a mess, and you're not alone. The world's a stage of actors polished and pretending. Under pressure, though, the mask slips, a lingering glance, a smile that doesn't reach the eyes, a voice that tightens. These are leaks, and if you learn to read them, you'll see what others overlook. Machiavelli nailed it. Trust behavior, not words. People speak through hands, rhythm, silence, and truth hides in the quiet. How many have you trusted just because they seemed kind, only to be stabbed in the back? The friend who vowed loyalty but vanished when you fell, the coworker who grinned while plotting, the ally who cheered until you outshone them. We think we know people, but we only see what they let us. Let's build a skill to flip that. Step 1. Sharpen your observation. Start small, catch micro-expressions, split-second reactions, forced smiles, tense shoulders, fidgeting fingers, the half-beat delay in their reply, the sigh after they finish. People reveal themselves in the gaps. Step 2. Map their baseline, how they move when calm, then note the shift when jealous, threatened, or exposed. That difference is their truth. Step 3. Treat behavior like a battlefield. Sit in a tavern, watch without speaking. Spot patterns, deflections, how often talk is empty noise. The unconscious betrays even the best performers. Dislike shows in tightened lips, narrowed eyes, feet angled to flee. Fake smiles hit only the mouth, while real ones light up the face. Dominance talks longer, interrupts, avoids eye contact with inferiors. Deception overcompensates with too many details. Suspect a lie. Don't confront, let them ramble, then ask straight. Their reaction beats any answer. But it's not just about reading others. Manage your own mask. This isn't deceit. It's strategy. Spilling everything is vulnerability. Mystery is pull. Control your stance. Stand calm, speak softly, smile with intent, not habit. Vanish occasionally, then return sharper, letting curiosity build. People don't see truth. They see your reflection. Project discipline, warmth, strength, stillness, whatever you choose, and amplify it. Schopenhauer said people are like the moon, showing one side. Your task is to glimpse the hidden motives, cracks, quiet betrayals. Don't be swayed by polish or seduced by show. Dig deeper, then deeper still, for the world runs on appearances, not facts. Master this law, and you'll see through masks. Wield your own with purpose. That's true power. This paves the way for reading character under pressure. Stick around for forging strength through self and circumstance, fam. Like, subscribe, and let's keep growing. Welcome back. If you've been with us through parts 1 and 2, you've already started mastering your emotional triggers and peeling back the masks, both others and your own. We've covered the first 2 laws of human nature, from taming irrationality to building empathy through self-awareness. And now we're diving into the final stretch. This part takes us into the heart of character, attitude, and confronting the dark side within. Tools to reshape your life and stand unshakable. Let's get into it. People can fake charm, borrow wit, or mimic kindness, but character, true character, can't be faked for long, especially under pressure. We live in an era of curated images, likes, reels, polished personas, but what someone projects online rarely matches who they are when the lights dim. Character isn't what shines in the spotlight. It's the reflex that kicks in when no one's watching, when rewards vanish, when betrayal stings, or boredom sets in. Most don't think this way. They assume character's a fixed trait, not a pattern forged by choices, hardened by hardship, etched into how you react or retreat. It's your destiny, not luck, IQ, or talent. It starts young, habits from childhood praise, punishment, or suppressed traits you adopted to fit in, until it feels like, just who I am. But it's not. It's installed, and unexamined, it becomes your cage. So, how do you read someone's character? Start with pressure. How do they handle setbacks? Do they panic, blame, or pause to adapt? Check their relationships. Can they collaborate, take critique, grow, or do they shut down? Strong character bends like an oak in a storm but doesn't snap. Weak character is a reed, brittle, praise-hungry, never steady. The catch. Weak character often dazzles with charm or charisma at first, but cracks emerge over time, and you'll pay the price. Watch for the types. The hyper-perfectionist, obsessed with control, burning themselves and others for excellence. The relentless rebel, shunning authority and structure, equating chaos with freedom. The personalizer, taking every comment as an attack, leaving you tiptoeing. The drama magnet, thriving on crisis, bored by peace. The big talker, promising the moon but delivering excuses. The sexualizer, turning connection into a game. The pampered prince/princess, entitled and ungrateful. The moralizer, preaching virtue while hiding envy. Spot these in others, brace for a breakdown. See them in yourself, face them head-on. What to do? First, test your own character. Push it in conflict, boredom, loss. Do you vanish, blame, or grow? Your character sets your ceiling. Your fate isn't out there, it's within you now. Second, prioritize character over talent, beauty, or charisma. When storms hit, only character determines who stands or falls. Trust actions over words, observed over time under pressure. When applause fades, that's how you read people, how you safeguard your future. That's the fourth law. Now, let's shift to desire. How you become the one others can't ignore. Desire isn't rational. It's emotional, instinctive, drawn to what feels just out of reach. The tragedy. Most kill their own allure by being too open, too eager, confusing honesty with intimacy, transparency with trust, then wondering why no one pursues them. Familiarity dulls desire. The more you reveal, the less others imagine, and what they can't imagine, they stop chasing. We claim to want authenticity, but we crave mystery, the unknown, the possibility. A child obsesses over a toy until it's theirs, then discards it. Ownership ends the chase. So, how do you become elusive? Step 1. Withdraw strategically, not coldly, but with enough absence. Speak clearly, hold back your full truth. Let them wonder, chase the question. Vanish for a day or week, no explanation. Let silence amplify your presence. Step 2. Spark rivalries of desire. We chase what others want. That unnoticed man becomes magnetic when desired. That overlooked woman shines with attention. Let others sense your value through perception, not boasts. Create unspoken competition. Step 3. Ignite fascination. Hint at the slightly dangerous, forbidden, unknown. People tire of safe. They crave elegant risk. Suggest secrets, carry a voice with depth, a presence that teases without giving all. Seduction is suggestion, not exposure. Turn inward. What do you truly desire? Trace your cravings, house, lifestyle, person. Did you choose them, or did others plant them? Most chase what's popular or praised, but you must dig deeper to your soul's fire, your mind's strategy, your instincts guard. Know that flame and you stop chasing, you become the blaze. That's the fifth law. Next, elevate your perspective. Most are trapped in the now, reacting, overthinking, drowning in urgency, fearing the past, chasing the moment, ignoring the future. Wondering why life feels chaotic. It's not the world that's blind. It's their view. They're valley crawlers, lost in fog, addicted to dopamine, chasing updates like fiends. That's not awareness. It's noise masquerading as knowledge, leading to scams, ruined bonds, abandoned goals for fleeting pleasure. They ask, what feels good now? Not what costs me later. Rise above. Step 1. Train strategic distance. Before acting, ask, where does this lead? Who benefits? Who pays? Every choice chains to the future. That argument you won might have lost trust. That delay cost years. The short-sighted see the spark. The far-sighted see the fire. Step 2. Escape tactical hell. Obsessing over every move forgets the war. Ask, is this worth my future, or just ego? Step 3. Ditch trivia. Skip the flood of articles, headlines, notifications. Focus. Filter. Reclaim your mind. Information overload is paralysis. Step 4. Audit your circle. Short-sighted folks fear risk, mock vision, reward comfort. Keep climbers, thinkers, those asking what then, instead of what now. Spot short-sightedness in unintended consequences, tactical traps, ticker tape fever, trivial drowning. Climb above the fog, see clearly, and you can't be controlled. That's the sixth law. Now, soften resistance. People cling to their self-image. Good, smart, in control. And threatening that triggers armor. They don't seek truth. They crave feeling seen, right, secure. Challenge that, and they stop listening, defending identity, not facts. Influence without resistance. Step 1. Listen deeply. Mirror them, let them feel rare. Step 2. Spread calm, enter with stillness, not pressure, creating safety. Step 3. Affirm their self-view, frame ideas as their choice, validate their smarts, tie to their values, emotional judo, not shame. Step 4. Use their words, mirror phrases, lead thoughts they already half hold. Redirect rebellion by suggesting they can't, reverse psychology, used sparingly, shifts them silently. Stop forcing views, work with their mirror. Listen, set the mood, confirm, and guide through open doors with elegance. That's the seventh law. Circumstances shift with attitude. The enemy might be your inner voice, doubt whispering before decisions, a silent crack toppling all. Attitude isn't just mood. It's your stance toward life, pain, yourself. Most blame, complain, rehearse limits until they're real. But your perception shapes choices, shaping life. 2 types. The narrow mind, fearful, reactive, blaming walls, clinging to victimhood. The expansive mind, curious, using pain as feedback, failing forward. Toxic attitudes, hostile, fighting all. Anxious, control-obsessed. Avoidant, uncommitted. Depressive, expecting loss. Resentful, grudge-holding. Destroy if unaddressed. Awaken, adopt curiosity, refuse victimhood, channel energy into mastery. Let setbacks refine, not define. Respond, not react. That's attitude, your everything. That's the 8th law. Finally, confront your dark side. Beneath smiles and kindness lurks a shadow. Envy, rage, lust, power hunger. Denied, not evil, but human, powerful. Repress it and it leaks. Sabotage, addiction, explosions. See it in regrets, sabotaged good, pushed away loves, your shadow breaking through. Moralists breaking codes, preachers indulging secretly, calm ones exploding. These are repressions, not resolutions. Stop running. Look in the cracked mirror. Step 1. Spot triggers, dislikes, envy mirrors, rage recalls, projection confesses. Step 2. Embrace it, you're complex, not shameful. Wholeness, not purity. Step 3. Explore, write, speak, turn it to art, fire, integrated it becomes edge. Step 4. Use it, defend boundaries, say no with spine, protect without guilt. It's not about being better. It's about being whole, unshakable. That's the 9th law. You've made it, most click away, but you stayed. This isn't a lecture. It's a blueprint. Power whispers, guides, sees. Will you stay unconscious or seize control? These laws are weapons. Choose one, use it now. When the world pulls you back, remember, no permission needed, just precision. Use them well, fam. Like, subscribe, share. This is our awakening crew.